What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Barca Daily, and today we are back with our second video to talk about the upcoming game on the 3rd of October, which is of course Barca versus Sevilla. Now, we have just come off of the back of a resounding victory against Celta de Vigo away from home, where we won 3-0 in a very tough ground against torrential rains and against a very difficult opponent, and we displayed some amazing attacking and defensive displays. And we are hoping to carry that on against Sevilla here at the Camp Nou as we return back home and face them. Now, a couple of pointers. Our former player Rakitic is going to face us once again, which is going to be interesting to see. We're going to see if he lines up against us. We're going to see if he can help out to defeat his former team, what he can bring, because I'm sure we're going to see a completely different Rakitic. You know, the Rakitic with us became very stagnant. He became not such an important part of the squad, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be quite focal and central for Sevilla. So let's see how that works. Now, my predicted lineup, I don't think we're going to see any changes at all from the game versus Celta, except of course Clement Lenglet, who is on a red card. We're going to see probably Ronald Araujo step up, and I'm very excited to see him. He's a supreme talent. He has tremendous potential, and I think he has what it takes in the future to become a permanent fixture for us in defense. So I'm very happy he's getting this chance to prove himself. So we're going to see Neto in goal, and in left back and right back we're going to see Jordi Alba and Sergi Roberto. I don't think Serginho Dest is going to be listed in the squad just yet. He has to train a bit more, get acclimatized, and we'll see him in the future. We're going to see Ronald Araujo and Gerard Piqué line up in those centre-back positions. Our double pivot will consist of Frenkie de Jong and Sergi Busquets. If anyone's going to be changed, it may be Busquets for Pjanic, but I don't know if we're going to see that. We'll also see Griezmann on the right wing because he only got 45 minutes game time last time around. We're going to see Leo Messi at strike. We're going to see Coutinho and Cam, who's been ever so brilliant, and we are going to see our main man Ansu Fati on the left wing once again. Now let's take a quick minute to talk about Sevilla's track record at the Camp Nou, because even though they are a very, very strong team, they've actually had a winless streak for the last 17 games, drawing 2 and losing 15 against us here at the Camp Nou. For some reason, the Camp Nou is a very uncomfortable stadium for Sevilla to play in, so I don't think that too much is going to change. Of course, they are an absolutely brilliant team, and I think that we are going to have a very difficult challenge. We're going to have to overcome a very strong press and a very strong opposition in general, but I don't think that Barca are going to let up from this momentum we are catching. In fact, Barca have not lost 25 of their last 26 La Liga games against Sevilla, winning 19 and drawing 6. Also, we've scored at least 4 goals in 3 of the last 4 matches against them. So clearly there is something that Barca knows. They have the key to unlock that Sevilla defense, and I do think that we are going to see that happen once again. Of course, Messi has a fantastic track record against Sevilla, and he loves them. He scored 29 plus goals against them, and he loves to absolutely tear them apart. They're another Madrid-based club that he loves to absolutely dig his teeth into, and I don't think we're going to see Messi falter to perform. I do think we are going to see Messi rack up a couple of goals, maybe 1 at the least. We may see him get a couple assists. I think he's going to be on fire because he has a point to prove. Of course, a lot of people were doubting him at the start of the season, but I don't think there's any room for doubts. I think we are going to see the very best of Messi. He's been training as hard as ever. He's been pressing opponents, which we didn't see last few seasons, and he is there in the team, not just for dependency, but he is now a part of a well-oiled team. Not everything goes through Messi, but of course he contributes a lot, and I don't think that we can doubt him or leave any room to doubt him, and he will show that against Sevilla. Now let's do a tactical analysis of Sevilla. So Sevilla usually starts with a 4-3-3, but their system changes as their attackers have tremendous mobility and movement, and they attack usually as a 2-3-2-3 or a 2-3-4-1 with their wing backs pushing high, allowing their attackers to move into half spaces and into the center to finish chances. They are of course a lethal team on the counter, and in defending they play more of a 4-1-4-1 system, and also they deploy a very, very high press to force errors. Barca can capitalize on Sevilla by nullifying their 4-1-4-1, and in order to do this we need to move the ball around in the final third with quick 1-2 passes, as we saw against Villarreal, as we saw against Celta Vigo, and we also have to have the attackers interchange their movement. They need to make fluid runs into the box. We need to allow our attackers freedom to roam in different areas of the box and essentially always moving and circulating play rather than stagnating in our positions like we did for the last few seasons. We can also play out of Sevilla's high press and catch them exposed while they're pressing us at the back through counter-attacks and 4 to 5 pass minimum build-up plays to get the ball from defense to offense as fast as possible, allowing our clinical finishers, of course, Lionel Messi, Ansu Fati, Antoine Griezmann, to score their chances. Our defenders will also have to keep up their intensity that we've been seeing for the last 5 matches. They need to run all over the pitch and they need to run back to catch up with the Sevilla attackers as they break on the counter, and we also need to strictly maintain our shape like we have for the last 2 games to not allow the Sevilla attack any breathing room to shoot or find spaces or score. Our fullbacks especially will have to do doubly hard work to get the ball ahead quick and always be in wide positions to provide that width to our attacking play, and they also need to run like horses to provide that defensive cover. Of course, that is the job of the modern fullback. That is the job of an FC Barcelona fullback, and I do believe our fullbacks have the quality to do this. Of course, now Sergi Roberto is especially motivated because he has some incredible competition for his position in the likes of Serginho Dest. So we are going to see him pushing himself to provide his best, and we have seen Jordi Alba reborn under Ronald Koeman. I think Koeman's discipline is now being well instilled in the squad. My only hope is that we can consistently perform the way we have. I hope that we can consistently keep this hunger and motivation that we have shown for a long time now, and I hope that we can keep on putting up defensive displays like this, the kind of fluidity in attack that we've been showing. So I do believe the defense will be better than we saw last season once again versus Sevilla, and I do think that will carry on to the rest of the games of the season because we have Dest coming in, we have 3 really great first choice full centre backs. So I do think that our defense is strong this season. I think there have been structural changes that will bring out the best in our players, which of course we didn't see for a couple of seasons, and I think Koeman pays a lot of attention to that defense, and I'm very excited to see that defense perform and keep their shape against a very difficult opposition. Now let's talk about who are going to be the stars of the match. I think once again we may see Ansu Fati score. Even if he does not score, we should not put the pressure on him to score. As long as he's putting in a good performance, he's getting shots, he's creating key passes, he's making forward runs, that for me is enough, because the kid is 17, and if we put too much pressure on him, he may burn out, and we really don't want to see that. He is generational talent, and we should probably play him every 3 out of 4 games, and we should definitely substitute him off every 60th minute. We can't be putting that kind of physical strain on basically a teenager. We definitely should provide our other attackers chances, although I do believe Ansu Fati should start for the team, but we should bring him into the team and we should play him in a measured manner. Of course, we should not put that kind of burden on him that if you don't perform, the rest of the team doesn't perform. He should be a good part of the team, but that kind of pressure definitely shouldn't be on him. We should allow him the room to grow and to gradually bring his football into the team so that he can continue playing well and consistently putting in goal-scoring performances for a long time to come, because we've seen many young stars burn out and we definitely don't want that to happen to our very special Ansu Fati. We will also see Coutinho play in that left attacking midfield role once again, where he is flourishing. He learned a lot at his Bayern spell about physicality and a lot of new additions to his game. Koeman respects him enough to play him in his correct position, unlike our last manager Ernesto Valverde, and I do think we will get the best out of Coutinho this season and he will be one of our best performers. I do think Messi will put in once again a brilliant display. We will see fantastic dribbling skills, passes, creative plays. We'll probably see him get on the score sheet because he loves to maul Sevilla, as we have seen many times in his career, and I do think we'll keep seeing his involvement increase throughout the season because he has a lot to give to this team. I'm very happy that we're probably not going to be dependent on him anymore, but he will be a great part of the team rather than being the only part of the team as he was for a very long time. So once again, I do think we're going to see a great display from Leo Messi, a great display from Ansu Fati, as well as Coutinho, and of course De Jong, who has been putting in shift after shift in that double pivot. He has been working very hard to move up and down the pitch, to provide defensive cover, to create plays, and to be a reference point for the team, as has Busquets. So I think these players are going to shine very well. Now my final topic for the night is, will Griezmann Griezmann fit into the team, or will he be an outcast again? Now, I am very worried about this because we have seen Griezmann struggling for confidence. Of course, in his good days, playing behind the main striker, creating chances, getting that defensive to offensive transition, that final pass, also his lethal nature in the box. He can be a world-class player, probably one of the best players in the world, but his position is occupied by Leo Messi, and he feels like a bit of an outcast in the team. Although I do think once Serginho Dest comes in, Serginho will provide the width which will allow Griezmann to play as an inverted swinger/striker, and I do think we can see Griezmann flourish once Dest comes in and provides width in the right flank. Griezmann can come into the box and he can be behind the box, he can create plays, he can finish chances, and he can overall have a more central role than he has had in the last few games where he's been stuck out wide. So I do think we'll see better plays from Griezmann, but that is also for another video, and I just hope that he can score a couple of goals for his confidence. We must head into the international break with 3 victories, hopefully no goals conceded, and our heads held high. I have high expectations, and I hope that we can put in another fantastic performance tomorrow night, as I am expecting from this great, intense, physical, well-oiled machine of a team that is Barcelona 2021 under Ronald Koeman. So see you guys in the next one, and VISCA Barca, let's get this game.